You're watching the 2mics 2djs remix. Tonight's guest is DJ Klub Rav from Hard Rain Entertainment. Here is your host, Dave.O.
Hey, it's Dave Olivieri, DJ Dave.O, and I'm here with
DJ Klub Rav, Hard Rain Entertainment. What's going on, everyone?
We're here out in Fort Myers. If you're ever in the area, come and look us up. We're here. It's 2mics 2djs.
Yeah,
2mics 2djs.
2mics 2djs.
It's a little bit of real talk, some conversation, things that have made us who we are, and
The culture of what's going on, and it's a totally different world now, man.
It is a totally different world, and I'm gonna get myself a little more situated here so we can have a little chat.
Yeah.
So
Sit back and relax with us, man. You may learn something or two. You never know, man.
all right. So Rav,
What's up, man?
tell me about yourself, man. Tell me about Little Rav, about music, about the things that turn you on, the things that make you move. Tell me about.
You know what? The fastest one I could tell you, the things that make me move. Beside the cops.
They make everybody move.
Like everybody.
Quick.
Honestly, it's the music, man. 2mics 2djs.
Right.
You know where the heart is already.
Yeah, man. Love music. Always love music. It's in you.
It gravitates towards you, and you gravitate towards it.
Right on.
I mean, it's our signature. It's our blood.
It is. It's the heartbeat.
And then, you know what's crazy about it? We may not even have the same DNA. That's the one thing that makes us feel like we're family.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Connectivity with that.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
And I strongly believe in that, man.
So you felt the rhythm in your body and your soul as a little kid, or was that something that, as you got older?
Well, I guess the music, listening to music one way was one thing. It was an escape. It was therapeutic, and it was a part of you being part of your community. Like, I'm from Queens, New York.
All right.
So
Shout out to New York.
Yes, man. Queens, you know what we do. But music, especially back in the era I came from, back in the early 90s, late 80s, a lot of music was coming out of New York, and that was the community talking. So, that was one way of hearing the communication amongst the city, if you actually thought about it that way.
What was the earliest music that you remember? Like, I remember as a little kid, the first 45 record that my mom bought me was an old pop song called Dizzy by Tommy Rowe, and that's how old I am.
You know what? Believe it or not, guys, I think what really caught me had to been like Madonna style music, disco music.
Okay.
The whole disco era, the whole groove of the instrumentals itself. We're hearing the guitar like squeaking, and the disco music to me, even though I did not grow up in the Studio 54 days, it's gravitational.
Okay.
And hearing Madonna when she was coming out around that era, all the other artists, it was about having fun.
Right.
The music was about having fun, being in your bedroom, and like.
I got to make a confession.
What's up, brother?
Back in the day, I might have to even look in the camera for my confession. Back in the day, when disco was popular, I was one of those hateful little pricks that was like, disco sucks, man.
Yo.
That was me. But wait, a family friend of ours, she taught me how to do the hustle.
Awesome.
And that's when I realized I was too white to dance because I couldn't even do the goddamn hustle. So I went back to my Motorhead days, and as an adult, I have learned to appreciate the disco music for what it was, for what it meant, for the culture, for the sound, even for the musicianship, because at that time in music, there were still real instruments being played.
Right.
So you still went into a studio, you still went with other fellow musicians,
yes.
and you created a jam. You created...
It wasn't a one-man army. It was multiple talents combined.
Right. So, as a former singer and a musician, I can appreciate that. That was the thing that I learned to like. That it wasn't just a drum machine. And even as a DJ now, I've learned to appreciate drum machine music because that's what
it is.
It
right
is
now.
these days.
And it's funny you say that. I mean, we had a discussion earlier. Anyone here can relate to what you're listening to now, or even when you grew up, your parents hated the music. And imagine their parents hated the music.
Turn it down.
Not real music. This
It's
is
not. It's terrible. I'm telling you. You don't know.
One thing we all need to understand is we had our time with music. We had
Without
our
a doubt.
revolution with it. We had our moments with it. It's now the new generation's turn.
Right. You know, I said this to somebody that was kind of being a little harsh, and I understood his point. You know, it's not the same, but the new music isn't for us.
It's not. It's not.
You know, and people like Jimi Hendrix aren't around anymore, so there needs to be another person who does a Jimi Hendrix, or, you know, and, I mean, that's just how I feel, that if you're only resting on your laurels of the past, then you're doomed to extinction.
You're stuck in it.
You're stuck, and music is an ever evolving thing, and a lot of us have become from musicians to DJs, and some people aren't ever musicians at all, and they become DJs. and very proficient. You know, it's just their love of music that guides them.
Or you know what? DJs into producers.
Right.
DJs, like heavily, a lot of DJs are leaving the entire turntable system and controller system and going more into the production of it. They want to hear their music being played. So
tell me more about the disco days.
All right, so I did not grow up in it, but I'll be honest with you. Disco music had pulled me. Madonna's culture, that whole energy had pulled me. But I grew up West Indian, so I'm Guyanese, South American Guyanese, but West Indian. So I was influenced by a lot of reggae music.
Cool.
Reggae, soca, before dance hall level of music became the popular thing. So I grew up on that, you know, roots and culture style.
See, I wasn't exposed to a lot of that, so you're going to educate me.
Oh, man. And you know what? With that style of music now, with the reggae, not what we're hearing now, but what we were hearing back then with the Bob Marley, Peter Tosh,
Right.
Gregory Isaacs,
Bunny Wailer.
Bunny Wailer. It was about unity. And when you would go into a house party, especially in New York, everybody was welcomed.
Right.
You know, and everybody
As long as you behaved, you were welcome.
You behaved, right? And next door neighbors are coming.
Yeah.
People across the street are coming.
Nobody's calling the cops.
Nobody's fighting. You know, there's not a, and you would dance till 6 o'clock in the morning. So that's what reggae, me growing up with reggae music, I appreciated music more because I seen that was a tool of unity and positivity. There wasn't as much fights or nothing like that. So
there had to be a little bit of the ganj going around.
Of course, brother.
Now, you know, they just don't like, I was going to say, they don't like to fight when they're just chilling out.
Yeah, man. And yo, serious talk. Like, you know, the ganja will ease everybody.
Takes the tension away, I understand.
You know, one love, man.
Preach, my brother.
One love, brother. One love. So, you know, again, I was born in New York, but my parents having that West Indian influence and being born in New York and having an American influence created a fusion. And I didn't know about DJing and mixing at the same time yet. Yet we would go to these house parties and they were taking tape decks and they were mixing it with tape decks.
Right.
I didn't understood the fundamentals, but it was pretty cool.
Because we couldn't afford a 12-track, so you had to do it.
Tapes, bro, yo.
I'm telling you. And you know what? It was even harder to do it that way.
Bro, yeah, like there's ways of bringing old school tapes. You had to stuff the top of the tape to record over.
Right.
If you didn't want someone to record over your work, you had to break the top. What about the pencil reeling?
Listen, I knew a guy that he took his thing. He's actually famous. Okay, let me start with, I don't know him personally. I know of a guy. His name is Robert Fripp. And back in the day, for any guitar players out there, back in the day, one of the things he did was he had two reel-to-reel tape decks, right?
Holy cow.
And they were like, from like, let's say one end of the table to the other, one machine there, one machine here. And he had one tape. And what happened was he would record on this machine, the tape would go to that machine and play on that machine. And the amount of time from that machine to that machine's head, it would be the amount of delay. So however far apart you put the machines together, that would be how much your delay was. So he would record a piece, and then it would loop. And that was the original loopers.
Holy, you just taught me something.
Yeah, man. That's some old school stuff. He was very famous for that. He played in a band called King Crimson, for those who don't know. And actually, he's pretty famous again on YouTube. Him and his wife have been doing Metallica covers, which is pretty cool. But
You just
that was
told me
old school. The tape deck over here, a tape deck over here, and they would run one tape, and it would just run in a loop, and whatever you did, right, seamlessly. So whatever you did, and it would record over it, and it would record over it, and you would do layers on layers on layers that way.
You see, I did not. I've heard of 4 tracks and all of that, but I did not know that.
Yeah, that's old school. Old school. How you could like a studio trick.
Wow. Like this is what I love about when you get 2 DJs and 2 mics, you learn. And what did we say earlier? Culture. Wow.
But I keep interrupting you, but go ahead, man.
Because you know what, I kind of that kind of goes with what I'm going with.
But yeah, the old school, the tape decks. I mean, it must have been a hell of a time.
It was, man. Hitting play and pause, and if you had certain boom boxes that would actually play both of the tapes at the same time together.
Yeah.
So some, not all, and they didn't tell you if they would dual play.
Right.
You just had to be lucky. And back in those days, it was really a lot of science, mechanic science, ripping apart a home theater system.
Right, scavenging parts.
Belt drive turntables.
Right.
Like you're popping turntables, learning how to scratch. But that's beside the point. And I guess what got me now focused directly into DJing. As a matter of fact, I even called this dude this morning, telling him I was going to have this conversation.
Okay.
His name is Big Rich.
Shout out to Big Rich.
Big Rich out of Trinidad.
All right.
And there's a beautiful story with him.
Tell me.
This is the dude that got me into DJing. I've never met him. So most of my life, I've respected his work as a DJ. And what he did back in those days, you got to, like you said, 12 tracks, 4 tracks, multi-mixing, hyper-mixing.
Wow.
Imagine how many hours it took to put a 16-minute tape together.
Forever.
So, I got to say I'm blessed. A lot of the guys that music that I've listened to, I've gotten to actually started working with, started to meet. I've been blessed that, my journey in music, the guys that I idolized, they're starting to come in my life now. Big Rich again, 11 years ago, like when I was 11 years old, I heard his mixtape for the first time. How it got to America, they were bootlegging the music from Trinidad over to Queens.
Wow.
So one of my childhood friends left one of his tapes at my house. So I had played it. And when I heard he was taking the American music and remixing it with the island flavor.
That's cool.
And the island flavor being remixed into the American flavor and the mashups and the cutting, the chops. It was unimaginable you could do that. So to me, it's like you're breaking the rules of music. You're being a bad boy. And when you think about it, you are the bad boy of music. Girls love bad boys.
Right.
And I think his music, well, I know for a fact his music was what inspired me into everything I've been accomplishing. And honestly, a few months ago, me and a DJ from Maryland, we were talking.
Who's the DJ?
DJ Franix.
Shout out
to DJ Franix, Fet Life Crew. He's another old school head like us.
Right.
And I always told him, I've been meeting a lot of my idols, but the one I don't think I'll ever meet is Big Rich. Rav, I'm gonna do you a favor. I'm like, okay. He gave me he gave me his phone number.
Wow.
I was like,
that's pretty cool.
Exactly. And I'm like, you do not know what you just did for me. The guy that changed my entire life from me being just a regular kid that wanted to play with toys.
Not to mention that it wasn't like somebody you knew that changed your life. Like, this is somebody that
impacted it.
Yeah.
Everything, the way I looked at everything. And, normally at this age, you would have think he would have been dead or whatever. He gave me the man's phone number. He said a friend of mine is his cousin. I called him for you. I told him you're one of his biggest fans.
Oh, that's so cool.
So he said for me to give you his phone number. And I froze. Like, even before I made that phone call, I sat in my car. I'm 40 years old. I'm like about 29, 30 years of my life. I've been waiting to say thank you to this guy.
That's so cool.
And the opportunity's been given to me. Like, it was a lot of pressure. Like, you know, and I'm used to meeting celebrities and this and that, but the guy that impacted your freaking...
Changed your life, man.
So I called him, and we spoke, and sure enough, he was like the nutty professor, the scientist of music.
Oh, that's awesome.
So he's like, just picture, I can't remember off the top, man, but Back to the Future.
Oh, Doc Brown.
Doc Brown. The Doc Brown of music. The hyperness, like, well, the mathematics of this and this and that.
Oh, that's so cool.
And I'm like, bro, you do not know what the hell you did to me through the power of freaking music. You don't know how many years I've always wanted to say thank you to you.
Wow.
And he's like, bro, I'm just a regular bro. Like, you know, I'm working on another record right now. I got a TV show coming out right now. The science of that. I'm like, okay, cool. Thank you, bro. But I thank you for everything you've done in my life. Like, you don't know how powerful music is.
Yeah,
and how
the music that he touched.
Right.
And how it touched you in return.
Right. And you don't know how much I feel that I'm truly blessed that you're not an asshole. You're respecting me as a person.
Right.
We're having a regular man-to-man conversation. And even though I'm telling you I'm grateful for you, changing my life, you're like, Rav, we're going to work together. Now you got my phone number. We're going to work together. Oh,
man, that's so cool. That really is so cool.
So, you know, and so with all that being said, yo, shout out again, Big Rich. I told you this morning I was going to be talking about you.
That's so great.
I feel blessed.
Man, you know, and I get what you say, like, you know, being in the entertainment business, how you meet people and certain celebrities and whatnot, and it's kind of cool. But to meet somebody that makes you weak in the knees or short of breath, man, that's like, a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, and especially in our business, we run across celebrities all the time. It's, you know, it's the nature of the business.
Yeah.
But the one that you, like for you, who inspires you when you were young?
You're not going to believe it.
Oh, Lord.
Sid Vicious, the bass player from the Sex Pistols.
Yo, right on.
Okay, now this was before I was a little DJ. I was a little rock and roller. And there's no joke. My mom had a beauty parlor in Brooklyn. And I was on Avenue U. And every once in a while I would have to go to the beauty parlor because there was nobody to take care of me and my sister. And so, long story short, we would go to Brooklyn and spend time at the beauty parlor. And just one day, and it's crazy because it's one of those days that I literally stood in front of the door with my back to the door, and I said, do I go left or do I go right? Do I go left or do I go right? And I made a right. And I just started walking down the block just to see what was there.
So just being
13 years old.
Yeah.
I was being 13 years old.
Just being a 13
in New York.
In New York.
Okay. And I'm passing, you know, they got the bodegas, they got the groceries, you know, they got the, mom and pop shops. And then right on the corner, and shout out to all my friends at Lemoore Nation. Alex Kane, this is for you.
Alex Kane.
Zigzag Records.
Zigzag Records.
Zigzag Records, man. I didn't even know it existed.
You didn't even know you were freaking there.
The hand of God literally turned me and said, go right, young man. And that's what I did. I just walked to the right. It was like 5 blocks down. There was no way that I would have ever found this record store.
Holy cow.
And the moment, it's almost stupid because the moment I walked in, it was the, all these records everywhere.
Yeah, that's heaven. That is
oh
heaven.
My God. And it wasn't like at the mall where it was like Sam Goody, although in the Staten Island Mall there was one cool record shop, I can't remember, but that was the first place I heard Frank Zappa. But Zigzag Records, for those of you from Brooklyn that know about Zigzag Records, you know it's the real deal. It had 45s from England, picture discs on the walls.
Holy cow.
And it was all punk rock, rock and roll, heavy metal, and you know, at the time that's what I was listening to.
Yeah.
So I spent at least 2 hours just going through that whole store. Like, I want this, I want this, I want this. Like, in my head, I'm putting together my DJ crates, you know?
Bro.
And I'm going, I want. And then after I made that list, I put my hand in my pocket and I said, I got $350. So I realized I could buy one record. And I actually found $2 in my back pocket because thank God for laundry money.
Oh God, that laundry money.
But it was My Way by Sid Vicious. It was a picture 45 because a lot of 45s they just had that paper sleeve with the hole.
Well, yeah.
No, this was a picture, and it was from the movie The Great Rock and Roll Swindle. And it was him doing the Frank Sinatra song My Way.
My Way.
And that was my introduction to punk rock. That literally, walking into that store,
Changed.
my life was one way before I walked in, and my life was a totally different way the moment I walked out.
You were never the same kid.
Never the same
the
kid.
same.
Now, have you ever heard that song?
I don't think so. Maybe.
We're going to listen to it right now.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Now, everything you just said, brother, I can relate, like, spiritually, man. Like, you know, and that's what it was with the power, with the power of music. You don't realize how much of a life changer it is. See, I know the Frank Sinatra version. I never heard it like this.
This is 1979, bro. I heard this, and I didn't want to hear anything else. Because in my 13-year-old brain, this was the coolest shit around.
And the original song is like so powerful.
Oh, this was powerful, bro.
Well, yeah, on a different.
In 1979, this was very powerful. See, if this guy didn't exist, you would never have bands like Green Day or Blink-182. None of that would have existed.
You know what? That is true. Even Linkin Park.
None of it.
Even Linkin Park. I actually see it.
So I would say our journeys in music were quite different, Rav.
It is. But you know what? You know, you just taught me something just watching this, man. Like, and even in the ending of that video, it took it to another level that I did not even see coming.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's crazy.
So you got my song that changed my life. What was a song that changed your life?
Shoot. A song that changed my life. Okay, actually, it's going to be a weird one, but going back to childhood days, Teenager in Love.
All right, let's listen to Teenager in Love.
Now, the reason I guess I fell in love with that song. Go ahead.
No, I want to.
Oh. Yeah, so the reason I fell in love with that song, I guess that was my first girlfriend around the time.
That's cool.
Right. And this random song mysteriously comes on. Again, probably like 12, 13 years old. The words of Teenager in Love was everything I was feeling. And that was with Puppy Love.
That's really cool.
So that one song right there made me, because before that I was more appreciative of the instrumentals of music.
Okay.
I was more like the beats is what gravitated me towards music. But when I was going through a little childhood heartbreak in that song and I heard the words, that's what made me appreciate the lyrics of songs and the way they were combining and communicating
That's cool.
with each other. So that's another history with me with the music is like Teenager in Love. I know it word for word because I was feeling those exact feelings. And now, ever since that, every time I heard a song now, I paid attention to the substance of the music.
That's pretty cool. I got to be honest, as a singer, it was more the melodies that moved me. It was never really the lyrics. For some reason, it was always the melody of the song. I don't know. I guess I was one of those guys that never really knew the lyrics and just made up my own. But it was always the melodies of the songs that always caught me. I mean, obviously the lyrics, some of them can be really intense and dramatic and they kind of catch you by the throat. I mean, some songs are so beautiful or so, intense. But for me, it was always the melodies. And that's cool that you said that the lyrics, that was a song, because that's not a song that you traditionally might not have grown up with.
No, nothing, in no relation, not even in my household. But it was just so somehow, and again, going back to Big Rich, it It was one on his mixtape,
Oh, cool.
which was weird
Right.
for that song to be on a mixtape, which is more kind of upbeat style he had. But I guess in his love hour of the mixtape, that was a featured song.
Wow.
And again, going back to Big Rich again, you see how much you've changed my life through the power of music.
That's awesome.
But going back to what really gravitates me, even until now, it's really the instrumentals. If I can feel the energy of that instrumental, that's how I actually, whenever I'm performing and DJing, that's what I use to dictate the crowd.
Okay. I understand that. For me, it's the intros and the outros.
The intros and the outros.
Yeah. Like the meat and the potatoes of the songs, because they can vary. I always thought of it more like a river with flowing water. That you can take a slow song and go to a hard song, depending on how it transitions from one
Right.
to the other.
Right.
Dictates your success or your failure.
Right. That is so true.
You know, because like I've heard DJs mix, and it sounds like they're just dribbling basketballs, and I don't mean in a good way.
Right.
You know, it's like double bouncing or whatever.
I got what you're saying.
You know, it's like they're not they're mixing the snare on the tom, and they're not, or they're mixing the snare on the kick, and it's just out of I don't know what the correct word, phase, sequence, but it just doesn't sound right, or there'll be a double beat.
You know what? And it's funny you mentioned that. Like a lot of new age DJs, again, we come back from the age of listening through ears and measuring through ears, and
Right.
and you know everything we did, it was through ears and touch. With the sync button that a lot of these DJs are using, I got nothing against sync. I really don't. I use sync all the time. But keep in mind, whenever you're using sync, it doesn't line it up for you. What it does is just matches the BPM.
Right.
And the snares dropping on top the kick and all of that stuff.
Right. You know, because I mean, as an old school DJ, I learned on turntables. Or, you know,
turntables.
The legendary Technics 1200s. You know,
I mean, Geminis.
And now I'll let you know something. My first set of quote unquote, my first professional gig at a club did not have Technics 1200s. It had janky, they were not even like the direct drive. They were belt drive.
Holy cow.
And we literally had to slip cue them like radio DJs. We would have to back them up that little third of a turn so that you
So
go,
you can catch it.
yeah,
You can catch it.
yeah.
Yeah, the struggle was real, man. Listen, if you had a belt drive turntable, the way to cheat that, man, you get wax paper, and not only one, you need like a bunch of wax paper,
Right.
and put the slip mat on top of it. But the difference between putting the wax paper on a direct drive and a belt drive, you needed a lot more. Because remember, the friction of your hand on a belt drive, you could pop it. On a direct drive, you're good.
Yeah. The magnets were flawless.
Right. So you had to be extra precious with it.
I can't find the video I was looking for, so we'll keep
good,
going.
man. We're good.
But yeah, so Teenager in Love.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So take me up to like, what were you kind of listening to as you got a little bit older?
All right. So now, as I started realizing the passion I started developing, like everything back then, again, going back to records and CDs and tapes and whatever, there were record labels and addresses and all of that stuff. I was grooming more into the dancehall and reggae side. And the craziest part about that, now this is going to be a lesson for anybody. Like, don't let anyone ever tell you you can't do anything. So I started building my collection, right? I was packing shopping bags at Key Food, making like 50 cents and this and that. And I was saving my money, go to the record store, which is a toy store to DJs. But the record label that stood out to me was VP Records. They were the main label that produced all the music that I was actually DJing with.
So this is in Queens, right?
This is back in Queens.
So what was the name of the record store that you would go to check out?
Before I would actually go to VP, I was going to one called Top Spins. It was on Liberty Ave. There was a few in Brooklyn I actually went to. King's Records. And there was a bunch, like, you know, and Spice Island. again, you're starting to develop that connoisseur part. So now it's like you're traveling. You don't mind traveling to Brooklyn to get something you're not going to find in Queens.
Right.
So, and going to the Bronx finding something you won't get in Brooklyn. Like, so it started becoming like a treasure hunt.
Yes.
You know, and as cool as it is, sometimes when you're going through the records, you'll find the records that people hid. You know, even you
I'm
did that.
guilty.
I'm guilty.
I'm guilty.
I'm guilty.
I put it back there so if I'm coming back in 5 months, it'll still be there.
I may not have the money. I may not have the money right now, but
That's
I will
funny.
get you.
I thought I was the only one.
Ew, so you would find other DJs little collections. Here and there. Again, music was a competition back then. It wasn't so accessible now like it is now. So now going back to VP Records, and there's going to be a major lesson with this. I got the address off the album. Like, I had about 100 records now that came from VP. I go to the record label now in Queens. I'm 16 years old. And I'm like, I want to work here. I want to work for this company. I've been buying so much of their merchandise. I support the hell out of them.
Right.
I'm going to work for them.
The least they could do is give you a job.
Right. honest little thing. So after all the business advice I've heard as being a kid, I went, got a haircut, found a dusty suit, but cleaned it. Mm-hmm. Went there, 16 years old, not knowing the laws of working yet.
Right.
I filled out an application. They interviewed me. They're like, "You're too young." I'm like, okay. Damn.
When can I come back?
Right. So they're like, just come back later. Not later. To me, when they told me later.
5 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. What time you need me here?
So I know they better come back later in like 2-3 years and, apply. I waited a month, went back, did the same exact routine.
You wanted that gig.
Right. So they were like, no. Okay.
I emptied the waste baskets, man.
I said all of that.
I hear you.
I went back another month later. And I started losing hope at this time. But I didn't give up. Then I got no again. Boy, I guess I'm going to try for the next 2 years.
Keep trying.
On the 4th try.
They got tired of seeing you?
They got tired of seeing me. 16 years old. So now the director of the promotional department comes down. He's like, I want to interview you. I'm like, okay. He said, what is it that you really want to do? Look, I'll make your coffee. I'll make your tea.
Right.
I'll go across the street, bring your newspaper every day. Don't even pay me. I just want to be here. So much of the music that comes out of what I play in public comes from here. I want a part of that action.
You told him that?
I told him that.
That's so cool.
So he was like, we turned you down 3 times before. What makes you think this is going to be the 4th? You're going to get this job? I don't care. Just put me in the garbage can. You don't even say I work here. I want to do it for me. He's like, brother, you're ambitious and you're persistent.
That's good.
Forget throwing out garbage. Forget doing all the petty stuff that those guys over there doing. You're working directly for me.
Wow.
I didn't know what promotion was. So me as a kid thinking promotion, like you're getting promoted.
Right.
I didn't know the marketing, it meant marketing.
Yeah.
Now all the guys has been there vintage years. I'm here working with the celebs.
They've been kissing ass for all this year, and here comes the stud coming through the front door.
So now I'm on
Who's this stud?
I'm here on concerts with these guys, doing parades, Labor Day parade. I'm here.
And you're getting to meet all these people that are making that music.
Yes. They're coming in. They're walking past the guys, like, doing the CDs and the records. They're coming straight to my department, sitting back like, hey, what's going on, Rav? And I'm here like, and I'm getting a paycheck on top of it.
That's awesome. See, so they didn't at least like, well, you must intern first,
Yeah.
No, he gave you a paycheck.
He gave me a paycheck.
Give him a shout out.
Yeah, well, Sean King, definitely VP Records. I've always gave you guys credit for starting me on this career.
That's awesome.
And, it was the best thing. It was so much of the best thing that the dude that got hired after me was jealous of me. He was an older guy on top of it. But he knew the boss saw a lot in me.
Right.
And the boss would give me, like, work, like, look, take a trip to Manhattan. deliver this to Hot 97. Go down to Staten Island, go to the record label, drop this music underground, you know.
Right.
So why am I getting all these cool things while he has to actually do real work? My man set me up big time. He set me up with something that there was a $3,000, and this is back in the 90s, a $3,000 bill in England. He signed my name on a whole bunch of merch.
Oh.
He went to England's record label. They got the bill. My name was on the bill. But my boss knew that I was set up. They ended up fining the guy $50,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, guys,
Don't be a dick.
don't. Because it will come back, and it'll come back 10
Don't
times
be a
hard.
dick.
But if anything you want in life, it's definitely there if you really want it. And I stand by that 100%.
Man, that's a hell of a story.
It is. It's a beautiful story.
So, in that time period of your life where you were working at that company, what was the music? What was like your favorite song around that time?
All right, so around that era, Sean Paul started blowing up.
Okay.
So Sean Paul was the major figure of that era in reggae music. But what was different about me too, besides loving that kind of music, I was more into the New York house music. So I wanted to show you that style of music because you know what? Before we get into the dancehall, I want to take it to the New York house music because this is where a lot of my energy, even until now, comes from.
Very cool.
My signature is house music.
All right. So now I'm an old house head too.
Okay.
Okay. Going back as far as the Jungle Brothers, which I don't
Jungle
know.
Brothers, I know.
Okay, all right. Well, I remember when it came out. That was when I used to belong to a record pool that was out in New Jersey. Me and John used to go, and that was one of the. Like we were so like we're finally professional DJs. We're in a record pool.
Yes.
We're working at a club.
You're
Man,
getting all
this
the
is-
benefits.
Oh, and the side benefits were pretty cool. But that was like, as a DJ, that was a defining moment. Us getting signed up for that because it was like a waiting list. You
Bro,
know?
to get in a record pool at that, okay, that's the difference between now you pay $20 and you're in a record pool.
Right.
You had to be accepted.
Right.
You had to be invited.
Yes, and that was what it was, man. My boy Junior, shouts out to Junior. He said, "What do you mean you're not in a record pool?" And I was like, "Well, dude, I go because the guy that got me started as a DJ, his name is Nick. Shout out to DJ Nick.
DJ Nick, look what you did for my brother right
I'm a
here.
mess all because of you, pal." So he got me started, and we used to go to Jersey to these record stores that he knew.
Right.
And my record pool with Nick was like this. Here, take this record, buy it.
Right.
What's on it? I know what's on it. You'll learn what's on it. You're gonna love it.
Exactly.
And he would take me, and I would be like, I would start with nothing, and I'd have like a crate and a half of records without a crate, and they'd be slipping out of my hands. And-
Bag is ripping.
and he'd be telling me, he'd say, "You're gonna love it," and I would love everything, like literally everything this guy picked. I loved, you know. So fast forward to the '90s, I was working at a club in Staten Island. Shout out to everybody at Hips, and Alex Tech. Want to send a shout out to you because this is going to be about
Hold
you.
on, Alex Tech. Why does
Alex
it sound...
Santo. I don't know. He used to intern at the Limelight when Junior Vasquez was there.
Junior Vasquez, all those boys. It sounds familiar to me.
Well, Junior Vasquez used to be Madonna's DJ back in the day.
That's probably why.
He did a lot of her mixes, like a lot of his badass house music. Anyway, Alex was my roommate at the time.
Uh-huh.
So what we would do is, in Staten Island, the clubs would close at 4 o'clock in the morning, but the Sound Factory,
Yo, my God.
the Sound Factory was open until 12 in the afternoon on Sunday. So we would get out of work, we would drive it 45 minutes into Manhattan, we would park, and then we would go to the Sound Factory. And what happened was, after 4 o'clock, they stopped serving liquor. They brought out these huge bowls of fruit, and it was sodas and juices and water. It was $20 to get in. The drinks were $5, like a water was $5, but you could eat all the fruit, potato chips.
Yeah, refreshers, man.
And but Junior Vasquez, he was the resident DJ there, and he was, in the day, the shit. I mean, you couldn't touch him. And in fact, 2 songs, actually 3 songs, because they were one of those life-changing songs. So Get Up by the Underground Sounds of Lisbon, Plastic Dreams by JD, and Give It Up by the Goodmen. Those songs were on his constant rotation back in the day. Now, have you ever heard any of those?
Yeah, especially the last one.
Okay. Oh, and Follow Me by Alius.
I'll probably have to hear that, but that last one I definitely.
Let's hear that one.
Let's do it. Yo, I remember that label.
The rhythm.
Yo, that label is.
Shut up. Sandy.
All the best house music came out of that label, bro. Yeah, I know this.
You know the song?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to give you Plastic Dreams. You know Plastic Dreams? Oh, and do you know Nightmare by Brainbug?
Play it.
All right.
Yeah, play it. I'm ready to hear this.
This is a great song. He used to play this late at night. This would be like 6 o'clock in the morning. So back in the day, at this part of the song So Get Up by the Underground Sounds of Lisbon has the same kind of tone.
And he would
mix it in and he would go, the end of the world is upon us. It's awesome. Junior was one of the first DJs I ever saw that had 4 turntables and a reel-to-reel deck. And what he would do, this is what I was told, what he would do is he would create basic beats on the reel-to-reels, and then he would play live DJing on top of that. So he would mix 2 turntables, let them play together, because of the techniques, they were so accurate that he could run another turntable, and it would be as accurate.
It would stay at the same, yeah. And it's funny you mentioned 4 turntables, because the DJ, I'm going to tell you in a minute.
Yeah, cool little track, right?
It's like my type of energy right here. See, this is when you could call music like that whole musical expedition, because it was taking you different places, but you're not going through it fast. You're actually gradually.
Right. It was more of a journey.
More of a journey.
I want to play you also the Underground Sounds of Lisbon, because you could see how that song kind of would work
would
well.
blend in with that one.
He would layer this on top.
And he would drop this on top of it.
Because all it was that tone.
Yeah. And when you hear in the background of this, is actually going with the flow too.
Yeah, because there's definitely a beat on the rhythm how he's singing it.
Right.
People would start screaming at this point.
I could imagine. I could mess with this, bro.
Yeah, this is a cool little jam. And then this was also another one. That's not it. It's got a nice beat. You could dance to it.
Wait, hold on. I think I know what you're about to play. Go ahead, play it. Yeah, I know what you're about to play.
You know the song?
Yeah, I already know this.
All right.
Matter of fact, a lot of y'all would remember this, but there is a story behind it too.
Okay. Well, if you know the song, tell me the story. I don't know the story.
All right. So, believe it or not, that's actually a Latin-inspired one. The whole choreography, the instrumental, everything's Latin-inspired.
Right.
That one track that you're playing there became a genre. Believe it or not, it became.
It did.
And that was the start of that genre right there with that track.
It's such a fat track.
It is. It's a hype track. It's a drumline track.
You know, it's that track. Whenever I get into a car and they like check out my stereo, I put that song on.
Give it up, give it up. Yeah, that changed a lot of. That one track changed a lot of lives. Believe it or not.
That I didn't realize. And in Plastic, what was it? Planet Soul too. That was another song.
Come into my planet Soul.
Yep.
John Leguizamo, the comedian,
I love him.
He gave the story about that track as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I seen him on Broadway. He did a Freak. That was awesome.
Planet Soul. Now that I remember when that track came out, man. That was, I think, the high, like when DJing for me. That was the style of music that got me kind of recognized. Planet Soul, Amber, La Bouche, Real McCoy.
I loved all that stuff.
That entire era, like even last night, I did a DJ live stream. My crowd picked up extremely high when I got to that style of music.
That's cool. See, and I, like me, even though I wasn't a big fan of disco back in the day, as I learned to love it, I also got into freestyle music.
Free Stevie B.
Oh
TK,
yeah,
Lil
yeah, like
Susie.
that stuff. That was great. In fact, like "Silent Morning" by Noel.
Noel.
Oh my God, that was a great song, and it's sad because I had 12-inch records of all of that. Oh, it was such a. What was the other one? Boom, boom, boom. Come into my room.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. The dudes that Venga Boys did that.
That's a different that's a different song. That's boom, 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 boom. No.
I want you in my room tonight and forever.
No, not the same song.
Okay,
Let me see.
let's see the one you're talking about, because there was another one called by the Out Here Brothers.
Yes.
Boom, boom, boom. Well, let me
Nope.
tell you, say
That's a great song, but it's not the same song either.
You see the minds are starting to connect here. Two different worlds of, well, not really two different worlds of people, but you see the power of music, everyone? Like, me and DJ Dave here did not even realize or knew that we knew the same style.
Paul LeConkis, that was it.
The same thing like that song Noel, Silent Morning. You could tell that's all drum machine synthesizer.
Oh yeah, that was honestly a very underrated time of music.
It was.
Because like groups like Sweet Sensation,
Yeah. CNC Music
Yeah.
Factory.
love them. How would it, all the Cuisines, all the Guidos back in the day? That was a hey girl, a little boom boom in my room.
You know what would mix with this perfectly? That
was
song. Flo Rida redid the song Right and Round.
Yeah.
The original song.
Oh yeah, the Dead or Alive.
yes, that would have blended perfectly on top of that.
But there was a lot of great music that came out during this time.
Hell, yeah. I that was the one thing I've always said. I wish I could have partied at that era. I wish I could.
It was pretty cool. I mean, in history of cool times to live, you know, there was the 50s because of the greasers, and the 60s because of the hippies, and the 70s because of the pimps and the hoes, and the 80s with the crack cocaine, the gangster rap,
Big gangster music.
and but seriously, you know, this was a lot of Latino or
Influence style music.
you know, and even though a lot of the artists weren't Latino, there was still that it wasn't quite house. It was freestyle. It had a little bit of a different beat, but it
Matter
was
of
really,
fact-
again, underrated.
Like, let's pull up this one, Boricua Anthem.
Oh yeah, Robbie Rob.
Okay, yes, you actually know the actual.
Which remix do you want?
No, we can just go. We can actually do the original.
Yeah.
A lot of people just think it was the Boricua Anthem.
Right. Well, do you remember the movie The Mask?
Yeah.
Okay, they did a remix of Cuban Pete, which was very much like
When he
that.
had the rose in his mouth.
Yeah, but on the movie it's one way, but the 12-inch remix was pretty badass. Did you ever hear that? Because if you like Boricua Anthem, you like this.
Well, before Robbie Rob, there was Stephen Terry or Todd and Terry.
Todd Terry.
Todd
yeah.
Terry. They are the ones that created that gypsy style.
Is that what they call it?
It was a gypsy style of
Okay.
an instrumental, which became the Robbie Rob version of Boricua Anthem.
See, and it's remixed by CNC Music Factory. I just found this out. See, back in the day, I was all about these 10-minute remixes because it gave me enough time to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, the extended cuts, bro. Yeah. Yes.
I gotta pee.
All right, drop this record. And people's attention span wasn't short
Yeah, it was.
They would actually-
they'd be out there for a while.
for the whole time.
But you could hear the Robbie Rob Boricua Anthem
Yeah.
right out of that. I used to love CNC Music Factory.
Now, I'm going to give you something from my culture.
All right, let me just get the first line of lyrics out of here, just
I
so you
got
can hear
you.
it.
Hey, I got to run that the next time we run some house music. I got to
right?
run it. I got to.
Oh, it's fun. It's a fun
gonna slip
remix of
that
that.
in, man.
So what was the song you were saying?
All right. So, since me and you are pretty much know the same area of music. Murder She Wrote.
Right.
Shaka Demus and Pliers.
Right.
That was like the first dancehall track. There was another
I
one.
used to play that a lot.
But you remember that song? You
Yes,
remember it.
of course.
So for me, hearing that song and not hearing the rest of dancehall itself, that's what got me more DJing on the West Indian side of it.
Okay, so now, what is the difference with dance hall as opposed to the difference with reggae?
All right, so reggae, and you know what? This question gets asked a lot, so I'm going to try to explain it as clear as I can. The way I can say it, dancehall is more of the club style of music.
Okay.
It could even have reggae beats on it.
Right.
Okay, like the slow culture style beats. So those can also be used in dancehall. But reggae itself is more of a person preaching lyrics.
Okay.
Trying to give out a message.
All right,
So
all right.
reggae
Never
is
heard
more
that before.
The
Cool.
positive message side of it.
All right.
Like, you know.
And is the dance hall more the music side of it? Is just
yeah,
the
party
beat?
upside. Yeah.
Now, I was just gonna say, with dance hall and God, what was it? Oh, dub. Because I remember dub was a big kind of thing.
Dub, yes, dub music. All right, so which part of dub you want to...
I didn't know what the differences were, what the nuances were.
All right, so when we're dropping dubs, like, well, we use Gregory Isaacs or Peter Tosh.
Okay.
By me going to Peter Tosh and he's re-singing a song, but he's actually shouting you out through the song, the same lyrics, but now you're being mentioned in it. They're cutting a dub plate.
Okay.
And usually people pay for those. So whenever you hear it on the radio station, like they're singing a song like the Cupid Shuffle, but they're singing it dedicated to the radio station.
Right.
Our terms of that is called a dub.
Okay.
We're cutting in a dub for you. So usually you get that through the artist, and it made it only exclusive to you.
Very cool.
And that was actually a way that we would compete against other DJs, because you got the actual song from an artist, but the artist recognizes you in the music, and that was the way we competed.
That's interesting. That I never knew.
Yeah, man. You see, there's so much things in music. And matter of fact, I actually have a few artists that's made dub plates for me. And honestly, when I bring them out, it makes you appreciate what you're doing, because they're shouting you out. Their song is about you. Yet everybody knows the lyrics of the song,
Right.
but you're the main focus of the song.
And with soca music, is that more the beat, like how reggaeton is like to salsa, it's just about the beat?
Soca, now there's, okay, so as to reggae to dancehall,
Okay.
soca to calypso.
Oh, okay.
All right. Now, we're
Because
taking...
Calypso and soca, I don't know anything about.
All right. So calypso is more of the folklore storytelling in music.
Okay.
So, you know, I mean, if you're not like fully educated on it, you would think like Feeling Hot songs like that was calypso.
Right.
Right? So you would be like, okay, this is calypso music, or 5 cent, 10 cent dollar, like all the party songs that you know that's considered. Those are actually soca. Now, going back to calypso's like, the boy was down by the waterside and he found a fish and then he fried.
Right.
So it's folklore story in the, you know, behind the music. Same thing with like reggae and dancehall. Reggae is more about giving out a positive energy, about supporting the community, fight the Babylon. You know, we're gonna fight, we're gonna be strong. As to dancehall, you know, it's about going to the club and wilding out and, you know, stuff like that. Soca now would be the calypso version. It would be same thing as dancehall.
So it's more about the beat, more about the music,
beat, more about the sex and all of that.
Okay.
You know, everybody having a good time and all of that. So that's soca music.
Okay.
It's more upbeat as to calypso, where it's just more about listening and meditating.
Right on. All right, cool. And education. Always good to get educated.
And, you know, believe it or not, people, they, you know, between the genres, they feud a lot between each other.
East Coast, West Coast.
Pretty much. So you got Jamaica
Biggie and
versus
Tupac.
Now it's Jamaica
gangsta.
versus Trinidad.
That's funny.
It's crazy, and they fight for it. I mean, through the music, you know, like with the Jamaican culture itself influenced a lot in reggae, especially England. Like,
Yeah.
you notice a lot of England dialect is off of like Jamaican
Well,
slang.
because they used to be a colony of Great Britain, weren't they?
Yes,
Okay. I mean, and now with ska music, is that just kind of like the white version of?
ska is the culture style. Yes,
So I like ska.
and ska,
a little bit.
you get a little something, and you just zone out. And that ska music is like pretty much the white version. And I believe the reason England has so much of a strength with the Jamaican slang, Bob Marley. Bob Marley left his footprint in England.
Oh, without a doubt.
And what I mean by footprint, like his family is treated like royalty.
Really?
England, you know, they worshipped Bob Marley as a prophet.
Wow. That I was unaware of.
So whenever you talk to a lot of these, anybody from the UK, a lot of the slang, if you ever notice it and compared it to Jamaican slang, their normal dialect is actually Jamaican slang.
Did not know that.
Yeah, cultural things, huh?
That's pretty cool.
It is, and you know, to me, it's amazing that a man like Bob Marley can an entire country, the UK. You know,
It's amazing. Well, I guess, I mean, because Bob's music was so iconic because, again, coming to the United States, it wasn't anything, you know, the closest thing that we heard was Johnny Nash, I Could See Clearly Now. That was, you know, the only exposure to any kind of reggae-oriented style of music that I had heard when I was a young child. And then other than that, when Eric Clapton covered I Shot the Sheriff, we knew that had a bit of a different beat. It wasn't a regular rock and roll beat, but hearing Bob Marley sing it, that was powerful. And hearing his music was powerful.
yeah, it is. It was a revolution within music because, like, what it did to the UK, it made the UK people stronger at that time to fight for your rights. If you ever hear Bob Marley's music, he was a Jamaican hippie. Fight for your rights.
Right.
It's good. You know, we got to fight for what we want. You know, legalize the herb, you know, legalize weed. He fought, you know, his music fought for the people.
I understand that. So now, let me ask you this. Let's fast forward a little bit. You're grown up.
Yeah.
Is there anything currently that you think is just like, holy shit, this is fucking amazing?
Like music-wise?
Music-wise. I mean, like, I'll be honest. What I've been listening to lately, and part of it was because of what happened at Babes, that they had required us not to play full-on hip-hop, but to play trap remixes or house remixes of hip-hop songs, because we were trying to bridge some kind of piece between the girls and
the music.
I found that I actually enjoy a lot of those remixes more than I like the original tracks.
You know what? I agree with you to a point. And again, it depends on where you are with the music. I love a lot of the trap music. I love a lot of the remixes. I really do like trap music. Honestly, to be honest, if it wasn't for a lot of the trap remixes you played personally, me hearing it at the club.
Now, I'm going to tell you something crazy. If you were to tell me to play trap music, I wouldn't know what to play. For me, when I'm discovering music, each individual song stands on its own merits. So, like, let's say, well, even now, when I hear a song that's real popular, but maybe the tempo isn't what I want it to be.
Oh, yeah.
I'll find anything. Again, it could be a house remix, it could be a trap remix, but I'm listening for that something special that
makes it
that says it stands out, makes it a little bit different, more towards what my ear would appreciate, and I guess maybe at the same time, it's something I think my audience would appreciate.
And that's why we do what we do.
Right.
You just said it. And it goes back to what you just said like a minute ago, bridging the gap between the music and the women.
Right, because not all remixes are equal. Some of them, I mean, I've listened, God knows, on one song, I might listen to like 6 different notes. Yeah, and it'll be like, oh, this song is great, and then it breaks down, and it's like, what was that DJ thinking? What the hell?
Yes.
Like, oh my God! Like, you ruined what could have been potentially a great song.
It was right and smooth, and all of a sudden you killed it.
Yeah. So those remixes, I don't play at all. What I look for is something that I feel could have been released by that artist as the original track. So whether it's a trap remix or, again, a house remix or a techno remix, if it sounded good enough on its own that it could have been released as a single,
yes,
then that's something that bends my ear.
Which is weird because as a DJ, I can relate to that because you would think DJs would a lot of us would kind of push more towards the remixes because it's catered towards the
Dancing,
environment.
right?
But I find that if I got the originals, I like remixing them on the spot.
That's where you're a better DJ than me. See, my remixing skills, again, without turntables, I'm very limited. When I was learning how to play house music and freestyle, again, early house music too, like you were talking about Todd Terry, there used to be a song called Bango, and the big thing about that song was that it actually sampled Batman. It started out to the Batmobile, let's go, and then it would go bango bang bango, and that was the hook, and it would just repeat that, but it was a real like Girl Out House you kind of beat, little
Girl
live
Out House,
yeah, you know. And then they had stuff like This Is Acid. Do you remember that?
It sounds familiar.
Okay, let me play that to you, because that was huge back in the day. That was one of those transition. Here, let me just play it if I can find it. K&T remix, I think that Maurice Joshua, that's who it was.
This is Falls Painting.
This is not what we're listening to.
I'll pick State Farm Small Business Insurance because this.
Yeah, I know this. Bro, like, I can remix this.
So this was the beat of that song Bango. Bango, bang, bango. We had that beat. And this was early house stuff that I used to listen to.
Again, now going back to live remixing, this is the type of stuff I looked for, and I would have dropped that on top of another house track. And back in those days, it's not like new style DJing where it's just cutting the tracks.
Right.
We had to blend them.
Yeah.
And I used to. That's why I like the originals better, because to me, blending the tracks and catching them and then marrying them together to where they groove together. That was the passion I have for it.
So you had more a passion as a remixer, where my passion was a little bit different. I mean, my requirements were a lot different too. I wasn't really required to beat mix quite a lot. My career centered around knowing an entire huge variety of music, so that I could go. I knew enough to be dangerous. Like I knew enough reggae to get through. I get through at least 2 hours of reggae. I get through 2 hours of house. I get to 2 hours of hardcore rap, 2 hours of rock and roll. I could get through 2 hours of everything. That was always my style, because again, working in the adult clubs as I have, it just didn't necessitate me to do that. And the clubs that did have DJs that mixed, as far as adult clubs were concerned, it was a lot harder because of the girls didn't know when songs were beginning or ending.
They couldn't count it, or they would
Right.
get robbed of the song.
Right.
Like, it's a whole mess. Those two styles of DJing really do not. Well, that style of DJing does not really belong in a strip club, blending. And actually at Babes, that was what I was known for, blending it. And even though I was like warned, stop doing that, I had to figure out a way. Well, if I'm going to keep it in a certain kind of flow, the way I got it going, I had to figure a way to indicate to the ladies, yo, your time is up, and I've kind of created that style at Babes, even though I was kind of warned not to do it.
Not that you were. It's not that you were warned. It's so much as because certain criteria had to be met.
Right.
You know, timing was everything. You know, people had to be aware of their time.
Exactly. So I mean, but you know what? Again, going back to the DJing part of it, man, you know, it worked. It still kind of worked out in my favor. So, there was something else you would ask me, and it was very important. Okay, new.
Yes.
COVID now. I'm going to bring COVID into this. Again, to me, COVID was a blessing for many different things. Music-wise, it taught me to listen outside of America.
Okay.
We talked about K-pop.
Right.
All right, that's cool. I've actually listened to music out of Australia now. Now I'm listening to music out of the UK. So I'm starting to touch bases outside of America and see what other cultures and what other energies are there.
I'm gonna make you laugh.
Go for it.
It's outside of the continental USA, but believe it or not, when I'm just looking to chill out, I listen to Hawaiian music.
I dig it.
Dude, it's like the most peaceful and beautiful, because again, as a former singer, I love the human voice. So to hear these gentle, I mean, oh my God, these guys sing, and you could just feel the gentleness. It's like a breeze blowing. It's just.
You know what's one of the most popular wedding songs
What's
for the
that?
past couple of years? Over the Rainbow.
Oh, by
The Hawaiian dude.
yeah, I do.
I don't
know
want to get into too much description.
It's all right. I know who he is.
But it's funny you said that. And his song came out of Hawaii. Until today, it's still requested.
Yeah, and he does a phenomenal. Israel is his name. And
Israel.
Yes, and he passed away. But yes, his vocal style is exactly what turned me on to the Hawaiian music. And I was like, I did the whole Pandora thing. Like, all right, we'll create a Hawaiian, and I can't get it off. I love it. Like, it's like, one of those. If you need to just chill out, it's something so different. And what's really crazy about it is that they don't have any beats. There's no drums. It's mostly vocals or ukulele and guitar. Now here's where it gets a little crazy. I could see somebody taking some of that music and kind of housing it up a little bit. Kind of like trip hop, or maybe like
Trip hop. I have not heard that. I have not heard that in a long time.
See, I used to dig that kind of stuff.
Yeah, trip hop.
And what they used to call acid jazz, which was real kind of smooth like that, I kind of love all that that's the kind of stuff I used to really listen to back in the day. But I could see somebody remixing some of this crazy ass Hawaiian music.
It's probably done, and we just haven't discovered it.
I haven't discovered it yet.
That's the thing. It's probably done, man.
But so anything new that's kind of yanking your chain? Like for me, again, we're talking about remixes. Billie Eilish. Man, she is a perfect example of what I said earlier about her original music is great, but the remixes that I have are phenomenal.
You know what?
And if there was an album of those remixes that I have, I would listen to that all the time.
That song that she did. I can't even remember it, but when I was first introduced to Billie Eilish, the original song, like you said,
Bad Guy?
I couldn't stand it. No, it was something with tears and crying.
Okay.
But then they did the remix to it, which blew up the song.
Right.
And the remix, I heard the remix, and I was like, holy cow, this song sounds 10 times better than the Matter of fact, St. John's, there's a song called Roses. It blew up like one of the biggest dance songs.
I have it.
Okay. You ever heard the original?
I wasn't crazy about it.
I hated the original.
And I have a remix of it that I do like.
And the remix is what made that song blew up international.
Okay.
The original
I wonder
song,
if I have the same remix, though. I'll check that out.
I'm in back. The house, it's like house music.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, it's like that. But it took a DJ to remix that song. And next thing you know, every club in the world started playing it.
Right.
But if you heard the original, it's like one of the most depressing sounding songs in the world.
I hear you.
So, yeah, it's crazy you brought up the remix thing, man.
Yeah. So let me ask you this then. If you were stranded on a desert island
All right.
and you had 5 songs,
Okay.
what 5 songs would they be? Any kind of music, anything.
This is going to be a tough one, man. All right. Even though I'm like a upbeat, energetic person, but I'm stranded on an
Dude, I
island.
listen to Hawaiian music, okay?
No, and the reason I'm saying this is as much as I want to be energetic and jumping all the time, I need something laid back, man. So 5 songs I can only choose.
You could choose as many as you want.
Oh man, well listen.
The ones I don't know, we're going to listen to, so.
All right. Definitely 90s house music, man. Like even What Is Love, Hathaway.
Oh, okay, that was a great
Bro,
song.
I could jam to that a million times. Like that's just my Studio 54 in me, you know.
Right.
See, this is tough. I even never thought about that. I've got numerous music, but you know what? Let me see. Real McCoy. You remember Real McCoy?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so
I loved all that. So the Bush, all that stuff is great.
So we're gonna cross over to the. Okay, I'll educate you on something, man. Marshall Montano.
Okay.
That's soca music.
Okay.
Let's put him on.
Give me a song.
Wine. I would have to spell it.
Okay.
Whining Season. But Machel, M-A-C-H-E-L.
M-A-C-H-E.
L.
L.
and then space, Montano,
I got it right here.
and then I guess type in season. You should see something like whining season.
Whining season. Okay.
Yeah. All right, so this is more in the soca style of music. So you can see this is more upbeat party level. This is soca. I'm trying to think of a nice calypso song.
No, don't think of a nice calypso. Think of okay, Sid Vicious, My Way. That would be one of mine. Like, if I only had to listen to 5 songs ever.
Okay, I got you. Laura Branigan, Self Control.
Okay, I know that song. That's a great song.
Anybody that truly knows me knows Laura Branigan, Self Control is like my song.
Well, then let's play it.
Yeah. Don't ask me why, but this has been my song since I was a kid. I know the meaning behind it.
No, it's all good. One of my Desert Island songs is actually "Before You Turn Out the Lights" by World Class Wrecking Crew.
I gotta hear that.
You're not gonna believe who's in the. You know what? I'm gonna play you the song.
Yeah.
This is a great song. Great guitar riff, by the way.
Damn right.
Yeah, and it's a cool. That hook is really a cool
The
hook.
hook, it's right here. This is where music took patience. Like, you hear all those notes.
This is a great song. Turn you on to something now.
All right.
This is going back to. I did not know that was Michelle A. Okay. Back to the record pool days.
All right.
I get this 12-inch of this song. Okay. Never, it was a lot of the record pool records. They had those white labels. You didn't know what was what.
They were even handwritten sometimes.
And there was no Shazam. Like, hey, Shazam, what's this playing? It was like, help.
And let me tell you, the only way you were able to figure out the song was you had to look at the lines on the records.
This is one of my Desert Island songs. And you're going to freak out when I tell you who's in it. Oh, this is such a bad jam. I'm gonna play the song.
Yeah. Let it play. I think
I am gonna blow your fucking mind,
bro. You're messing with my mind right now.
I'm gonna tell you something because I just read who this vocalist. I never knew who the female vocalist song it was. Her name was Michelle A. Back in the 90s, she had a song called "No More Lies," which was the bomb.
I think I know "No More Lies."
It was a great track. Okay. 2 of the band members in this group became very famous.
I can't wait to hear.
You will know exactly who they are.
Dave, you got me, bro. Like, I am. It's killing me though.
He's talking about being a male dancer.
I heard him.
All right, I'm gonna put it on pause for a second. There were 2 people. The first guy that sings, and I think it's the third guy that sings. The doctor and the mixologist.
I heard the mixologist.
Okay.
And I heard the doctor in the beginning.
Okay. The mixologist is DJ Yella, and the doctor is Dr. Dre from NWA.
Holy.
How fucking crazy is that?
Holy
That
God.
was Dre's first single that I ever heard.
Yeah, I wonder how much people even know that.
Actually, it's Straight Outta Compton. They talk about it.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Oh,
I know.
great! Actually, it's a great movie.
Yeah,
Gotta see
I've
that.
heard. I'm not a big movie person. That's just my problem.
Well, I'm into I like music movies, like anything that has to do with music, even if it's a musical.
What about The Get Down?
Oh, I loved it,
Bro, high five.
I loved it, bro.
That was my
Dude,
favorite.
that was so cool.
I loved every second.
In fact, if you like The Get Down, you should really watch the Wu-Tang American Saga.
I saw that
Oh
one,
man,
too.
that's bad to the bone, bro.
I think those are the
and
only
those
two
those Staten Island. Shouts out to Shaolin.
Shaolin. You guys are on the map hard.
Yeah, but yeah, man. Back in the day, this came out, white label, didn't know nothing about it, played it. I was like, this song is fucking great.
Man.
And this is way back in the day too. I mean,
Bro, the substance was a lot different.
you know, it was different times, you know.
Different times.
And here again, here's a guy that wrote something like that, but became famous for something else.
Totally. Matter of fact, and then became famous for bringing out other people.
Yeah. Well, Rav, I want to thank you for coming. Hey, hope you guys enjoyed our time. Hopefully we'll see y'all again real soon, all right?
One love, one love, one love. You got the man right here, DJ Dave.
Rav, thank you so much for your time.
Hey, I feel honored to be right here with you, man.
All right,
honestly.
Big Daddy.
All right, one love, everyone.
Y'all be good to each other.
Peace.
Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. While you're at it, leave a comment below. See you soon.